In the core of every chosen one, there pulses a truth that has been dormant for far too long, a silent promise that life, in its harshness and unpredictability, has tried to suffocate. But the universe operates on its own divine clockwork, independent of human schedules or anxieties, and the countdown to your monumental financial breakthrough, to your definitive turning point, is now fixed on a specific horizon, January 15th. This is not a random date on a calendar, nor is it a coincidence that the algorithm has brought you to this precise moment of listening. It is a divine convocation, a supernatural blockade against all distractions, so that you might receive this specific frequency. Sit down, take a deep breath. You must understand that the atmosphere surrounding your finances has shifted in the last 4 hours, and this is not a subtle change. It is the prelude to a tsunami of provision that is being prepared specifically for you. For years, you have waited for a trickle of water, for a single drop of relief to wet your parched tongue. You have prayed for just enough to get by, just enough to silence the worry that keeps you awake at 3 a.m. But what is approaching is not a trickle. It is a flood. It is a type of wealth that challenges logic, that confuses your enemies and silences those who doubted your worth. This is not luck. This is divine restitution. The ancient texts speak of the years that the locust has eaten, and the higher power is about to pay you back for every sleepless night, every lost opportunity, and every humiliation of having to borrow what should have been yours. The struggle is not just ending, it is being obliterated. If you are ready to expand your awareness and align with this incoming wave of abundance, I invite you to subscribe to the channel now and join us on this journey of awakening. However, before this glory strikes your life, it is crucial that you are ready. The weight of this blessing can be crushing if your internal vessel is not prepared to hold it. A sudden influx of energy, whether it be electrical or financial, will shatter a container that is fragile or cracked. Here lies the first secret to unlocking your jackpot on January 15th. Your internal preparation is infinitely more important than any external strategy. Many seek wealth, but few possess the internal architecture to retain it. Have you ever wondered why lottery winners often end up bankrupt within a few years? It is not a lack of money, it is the condition of the vessel. You are that vessel, chosen one. And in this moment, we must perform a spiritual inspection. Your vessel has a crack. This is not a sin, nor is it something you have done wrong intentionally. It is a structural fracture in your soul, a silent and invisible program running in the background of your psyche, the trauma of poverty. This trauma was likely installed in you before you were 10 years old. Cast your mind back. Remember the child you were, perhaps 6 or 7 years old, hearing raised voices. You recall your parents discussing money, the tension in the air thick enough to choke on. You saw the fear in their eyes, the anger, perhaps your mother weeping over bills at the kitchen table. In that moment of innocence, you made a silent vow. You told yourself that money is the source of pain. You told yourself that money makes people fight. You equated scarcity with safety and wealth with conflict. That is the root of the bitterness, the echo of guilt that makes you feel like an imposter in a luxury store, or guilty when you spend on yourself. Your subconscious, programmed to avoid pain, sabotages wealth, causing it to leak out as quickly as it arrives. The divine, in infinite wisdom, delayed your wealth because you were loved too much to be given a weapon you would use to hurt yourself. You had to mature in the fire of scarcity, being pruned and tested, trained to manage an empire rather than just a bank account. The prosperity of your soul must precede the prosperity of your finances. The first step toward the January 15th breakthrough is the extraction of this trauma. I invite you to enter the operating room of the spirit right now. Focus your attention on the area of your stomach, the solar plexus, where we often store guilt and fear. Imagine that silent vow of poverty as a dark, heavy stone, a knot of old fraying rope that has been sitting there for decades. We are going to use the breath of life to move it. Inhale deeply through your nose, visualizing a pure white light entering your body, traveling down to that knot. Hold it for a second. As you exhale through your mouth, imagine you are blowing out that dark smoke, that heavy stone, expelling it from your system. Feel the relief. In your mind, repeat the words, I release the vow of poverty. I release the guilt of my ancestors. The lightness you feel is your spirit decompressing. The extraction is complete, but we cannot leave the vessel empty. Ancient wisdom warns that an empty house invites old guests to return. We will apply a technique of spiritual repair, much like the Japanese art of kintsugi. When a precious bowl is broken, it is not discarded. It is repaired with liquid gold, making it more beautiful and valuable because of its scars. Visualize liquid gold, the glory of the divine, pouring over your head, flowing down into your chest, and settling in your stomach. See it filling every crack, every wound, every memory of scarcity. You are not just healed, you are gold-plated. The leak is contained, the vessel is sealed. You are structurally ready for the millions that await in the spiritual realm. If you can feel that golden light sealing your spirit, click the like button to affirm your readiness to receive. Now that the internal work has begun, the spiritual breakthrough needs a physical landing place. Money is clean energy. It flows where there is order and flees from chaos. Ask yourself, how is your wallet right now? Is it stuffed with old receipts, crumpled papers, and expired cards? Old receipts are dead energy. They represent money that has already left you. By keeping them, you are signaling to the universe that you are holding on to the past for fear that the future will be empty. Look at your home, your bedroom, your sanctuary. Is there clutter under the bed? Are there piles of clothes? This disorder blocks the flow. Your task, as soon as this session ends, is simple yet powerful. Organize your wallet. Throw away the trash. Align the bills so they face the same way. Treat your wallet as a VIP lounge for the blessing that is coming. When you create order, you prepare the ground for the king. The key word for this coming season is sudden. The divine often hides your promotion in a surprise to ambush your enemies. They think you are defeated, laughing at your struggle. Then suddenly everything shifts. You become the head, not the tail. The element of surprise is a weapon of spiritual war. You must prepare your nervous system for the shock of abundance. It will not be a gradual climb. It will be a quantum leap. But with this leap comes a warning. The moment the keys to sudden wealth are handed to you, an alarm sounds in the realm of darkness. If the enemy cannot stop the blessing, agents will be sent to steal it. And the most painful truth is that these agents do not look like monsters. They look like family, like childhood friends. The ancient scriptures warn us not to trust blindly, for enemies can be those within our own household. There are 3 types of energy vampires in your circle waiting to sabotage this new chapter. First, there is the crisis magnet. This is the person whose life is always falling apart, always calling you with an emergency that only your money can fix. They do not want your wisdom, they want your wallet. Feeding them is feeding the demon that consumes them. Second, there is the historian. This person loves to remind you of who you used to be, anchoring you to a version of yourself that no longer exists. They use your history to humiliate your destiny. And third, the spy. This is the most dangerous of all. The person who asks too many questions. How much did that cost? How much are you making now? They are gathering information for an attack, smiling at you while holding a knife behind their back. Your weapon against them is silence. Absolute, unapologetic silence. You must adopt the persona of the gray rock. Be uninteresting to them. When they ask how you are, simply say you are blessed and leave it at that. Do not show them the bank account or the new car. Build in the dark. Let your results make the noise, not your voice. Your silence is your shield, a boundary that demands respect. If you recognize these archetypes in your life and are ready to set boundaries, turn on the notification bell so you never miss the guidance you need to protect your energy. God does not give this sudden wealth just so you can buy a better bag or a faster car. If that is your only goal, you are thinking too small. You were chosen for this breakthrough because the divine believes you can pass the test of stewardship. The first portion defines the DNA of the rest. If you eat the seed, you will never have a harvest. But if you honor the source with the first fruits, you redeem the remainder. You must decide now, before the money arrives, whether you will be a river or a reservoir. A reservoir holds water until it becomes stagnant and green. A river allows water to flow through it, remaining always fresh and full of life. The universe is looking for distribution centers, a chosen one who says, if you can get the money through me, you can get it to me. When you have the mindset of a partner, willing to help the widow and feed the orphan, you become a partner of heaven, and heaven is not afraid to entrust billions to a partner. Let us move into the reality of January 15th through the power of visualization. Open the door of your imagination. Imagine waking up on that morning. The knot in your stomach is gone. The weight on your chest that has been there for 10 years has vanished. You wake up without anxiety. You reach for your phone to check your banking app. Visualize the logo. You tap it. The facial recognition spins. It opens. Look at the number. Do not be ashamed. See the commas, the zeros. It is more than enough to pay all your bills for the next 5 years. Your shoulders drop. A smile spreads across your face. You are no longer thinking about survival. You are thinking about stewardship. Imagine yourself at the supermarket. You are picking organic foods, the best cuts of meat, without even looking at the price tag. You are not arrogant. You are free. You feel the dignity of being the one who lends, the one who can pay for the person behind you in line just because you can. Now, the moment you have cried for. Imagine calling a loved one who has struggled beside you. You present them with an envelope. Perhaps it is a deed to a house, a check that clears their debts, or the keys to a safe car. They open it, and their confusion turns to tears. They ask if this is real, and you look them in the eye and say, yes, God did this. It is done. You are breaking the generational curse. You are the Joseph who saves the family. It is time to command this into existence. Stand up in your spirit. Command with authority. Say to the universe, I decree that the days of struggle are over. I command the spirit of poverty to loose my bloodline now. I am the head, not the tail. I am from above, not from beneath. I call forth the sudden transfer of wealth from the north, south, east, and west. I command hidden opportunities to reveal themselves. I command the phone to ring with the right offer. I command contracts to be signed in my favor. I am worthy of the abundance that flows to me. I am safe. I am protected. I am ready. As the light rises, so does your glory. This is your ascension. If you can see this reality forming, leave a comment sharing one thing you will do for others when this wealth arrives. We have arrived at your coronation. For years, you may have prayed like a beggar. That ends today. You do not beg for what is yours by birthright. You are an heir to the kingdom. The sudden wealth approaching is not a lottery win. It is a covenant release. We are establishing a spiritual contract right now. The divine provides the power. You provide the alignment. We will set 3 articles of this contract. Article 1. I refuse to be a slave to money. Money is my servant, not my master. Do you agree? Article 2. I accept the mission of the river. As my resources increase, my giving will increase. I will be a defender of the defenseless and a financier of goodness. Do you agree? Article 3. I break the cycle of poverty for my lineage. The struggle ends with me. My children and my children's children will never know the lack that I knew. Do you agree? By agreeing, you have legalized the transaction in the courts of heaven. You are a partner of the covenant, authorized for unlimited resources. Now hear the royal decree. You are the chosen one, called for this time. You are a magnet for divine opportunities and sudden breakthroughs. You are the creditor and not the debtor. Your bank account is a tool for glory. Your debts are dissolving like mist in the morning sun. You are safe, protected, and ready. The contract is signed. but a contract is only official when it is sealed. Close your eyes if you can, and lift your hands in a sign of surrender. I am going to pray the prayer of the 4 dimensions over you. I bring you before the throne of grace. You have remained faithful in the fire, endured the season of scarcity, and now you enter the season of overflow. I speak first to your mind. I command every neural pathway connected to anxiety to be severed now. I rebuke the spirit of worry. I declare peace over your thoughts. I give you the mind of clarity and wisdom. I move to your body. Poverty is stressful. It eats away at health. I command a supernatural release of tension from your neck, shoulders, and back. I speak healing to every cell damaged by the stress of survival. Your sleep shall be sweet. I move to your finances. A door has been opened that no man can shut. I declare the door of sudden financial abundance open for January 15th. I call forth unexpected checks, inheritances, business contracts, and promotions. I rebuke the devourer, the unexpected bills, the mechanical breakdowns. I place a spiritual hedge of fire around your accounts. Every dollar that enters shall multiply. I move to your lineage. I cut the umbilical cord of poverty that has connected you to the struggles of your ancestors. It stops here. It stops now. I declare that your children will never know the pain of hunger. Your grandchildren will be lenders to nations. The curse is broken. The blessing is established. Now, chosen one, keep your eyes closed. The seal. I invoke the ultimate protection over your entire life. I seal your home against monitoring spirits. I seal your relationships against betrayal. I seal your reputation against slander. You are invisible to the enemy. You will move in silence and win in public. The attack planned for the coming days is cancelled. The trap for your finances is dismantled. You are walking in a bubble of divine immunity. May the peace that surpasses all understanding guard your heart and mind. Feel that peace. The anxiety is gone. The urgency is gone. There remains only the deep knowing that it is done. The shift has happened. The transaction is complete. You now walk in the reality of the chosen one. Do not look back. Do not doubt. Do not dig up the seed. Move forward into your sudden wealth. As a final act of faith, as a digital signature on this spiritual contract, I want you to type the number 777 in the comments. In biblical numerology, 777 represents completion and perfection. By typing it, you are saying, "It is done." You are sealing this prayer in your timeline. You are marking this moment as the turning point. Prepare yourself. January 15th is coming. The atmosphere is charged. The jackpot is yours. Shalom. The path of the chosen one is rarely a straight line. It is a spiral, moving ever upward, often revisiting old lessons from a higher perspective. As you step out from this experience, remember that the mountain does not justify itself. It simply remains. In the same way, you do not need to justify your blessing to anyone. You do not need to explain why you were chosen or why your time has come. The ocean never argues its depth. It teaches it in waves. Let your life be the ocean. Let your generosity be the waves that crash upon the shores of a starving world. You have been calibrated to a new frequency. The static of the old life may try to return, to whisper doubts in your ear when you are tired or hungry. This is natural. It is the dying echo of a program that has been uninstalled. When you hear those old thoughts, simply observe them like clouds passing in the sky. Do not invite them in for tea. Do not engage with them. You have the tools now. You have the breath to expel the stone. You have the gold to fill the cracks. You have the order to welcome the king. Consider the bamboo tree. For 5 years it is watered and fertilized, yet it shows no growth above the soil. To the observer, it seems dead, a wasted effort. But underground, a massive root system is being built, spreading wide and deep, anchoring itself into the earth. Then, in the 5th year, within 6 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. You are in the 5th year. You are in the 6-week window. The world thought you were stagnant. They did not see the roots. They did not see the late nights, the prayers, the tears, the internal work. They only see the sudden growth and call it luck. You know better. You know it is preparation, meeting opportunity. As you go about your days leading up to the 15th, pay attention to the signs. The universe speaks in synchronicities. You might see repeating numbers on the clock. You might hear a song that confirms your hope. You might meet a stranger who says the exact words you needed to hear. These are breadcrumbs leading you to the banquet. Trust your intuition. If you feel a nudge to turn left instead of right, do it. If you feel an urge to call someone, make the call. The Holy Spirit is your GPS, recalculating your route to avoid traffic and accidents, guiding you to the fastest path toward your destiny. Remember the warning about the vessel. As you declutter your wallet, take time to declutter your digital life as well. Delete the apps that waste your time. Unsubscribe from emails that tempt you to spend on things you do not need. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate or jealous. Your attention is the currency of the new age. Where you place your attention, energy flows. If you focus on lack, you create more lack. If you focus on the promise, you accelerate the manifestation. Protect your eyes and your ears. They are the gates to your soul. There is a profound mystery in the concept of rest. Many believe that to get more, they must work harder, grind their teeth, and lose sleep. But the spiritual principle of wealth is often counterintuitive. It is in rest that we receive. When Adam was put to sleep, God created Eve. When you rest in the finished work, when you stop striving and start trusting, that is when the miracle happens. Anxiety is a form of atheism. It acts as if there is no God to catch you. Rest is the highest form of faith. It declares that you believe the provider is capable. So in these coming days, practice active rest. Take walks in nature. Listen to music that uplifts you. Sleep. Let the universe work on the night shift while you dream. We spoke of the grey rock method for dealing with energy vampires, but let us also speak of the lighthouse method for your true tribe. A lighthouse does not run around the island looking for boats to save. It just stands there shining. As you step into this wealth, you will attract new people. Some will be parasites, yes, but others will be destiny helpers. People who are on the same frequency. You will find that your conversations change. You will talk about ideas, not people. You will talk about growth, not drama. Cherish these connections. Iron sharpens iron. You are entering a new tax bracket, but also a new spiritual bracket. You need a circle that can handle your light without putting on sunglasses. Let's deepen the understanding of the river versus reservoir concept. Money is like blood. It must circulate to keep the body healthy. If blood pools in one place, it causes a clot, which can be fatal. If money is hoarded out of fear, it creates a spiritual clot. This doesn't mean you shouldn't save or invest. Wisdom is vital. But the spirit of your finances must be fluid. When you tip generously. When you pay for a service, do it with gratitude, blessing the person who receives it. When you release money with joy, you attach a boomerang effect to it. It goes out, blesses the economy, and returns to you multiplied. Painful spending restricts the flow. Joyful spending accelerates it. You might be wondering, why January 15th? Dates often serve as anchors for our faith. They give us a target, a focal point for our collective energy. But beyond the calendar, it represents the midpoint of the first month, the balancing of the New Year's energy. It is a time when the initial chaos of the holidays has settled, and the serious work of the year begins. It is a time of clarity. The number 15 in Scripture often relates to rest and deliverance. It is 7, perfection, plus 8, new beginnings. You are moving from a cycle of perfect processing into a new beginning. The math of heaven is always precise. As we draw this session to a close, I want you to carry the image of the golden bowl with you. Whenever you feel a twinge of old pain or a memory of poverty tries to surface, visualize that gold filling the crack. Say to yourself, I am stronger in the broken places. Do not despise your past. Your poverty was your classroom. Your lack was your tutor. It taught you the value of a dollar. It taught you empathy for the poor. It taught you to depend on faith. Now that you have learned the lesson, you do not need to stay in the classroom. You are graduating. The diploma is your abundance. Keep your eyes open. Keep your spirit light. The heavy lifting has been done in the spiritual realm. Your job now is to maintain the alignment. Do not let the news terrify you. Do not let the economy of the world dictate the economy of your kingdom. You operate under a different system. A system where giving leads to receiving, where the last become first, and where the humble inherit the earth. This is your time. The waiting room is empty. The doctor is ready to see you, but this time it is not for surgery. It is for discharge. You are cleared. You are whole. You are funded. Walk out of this digital experience with your head high. The air smells different because it is different. It smells like rain after a long drought. It smells like victory. Remember the instruction. Type 777. Seal it, believe it, live it. The blessing is not coming, it is here. It is hovering, waiting for your grab. Reach out with your faith and pull it into your reality. You are the chosen one. Never forget who you are. The wealth is just a tool. You are the masterpiece. Go in peace and be ready to be surprised by joy. Characters with spaces. 4312. However, we must address the shadow that often follows such a brilliant light. It is a phenomenon known to mystics and psychologists alike, often called the upper limit problem. When you expand your capacity for abundance, your old nervous system may perceive this new level of joy as a threat. It sounds counterintuitive, but your subconscious mind prioritizes safety over happiness, and to the subconscious, safety is simply what is familiar. If you have been familiar with struggle for 20 years, sudden ease feels dangerous. It feels like walking on a tightrope without a net. You may find yourself feeling inexplicably anxious, irritable, or looking for problems where none exist. This is not a sign that you are losing the blessing. It is a sign that you are acclimating to a new altitude. Just as a mountain climber must pause to breathe the thin air, you must pause to breathe in this new atmosphere of grace. Do not retreat. Do not self-sabotage just to return to the familiar comfort of chaos. Stand firm in the peace. This is the moment where the thermostat of your life tries to reset itself. Imagine your internal setting for wealth and love has been set to 60 degrees for decades. Now, through your faith and this shift, the temperature has risen to 80 degrees. The automatic mechanism of your old self will try to kick on the air conditioning to cool you back down to the level of struggle you are used to. It will whisper thoughts like, "Who do you think you are?" or "This is too good to be true." Recognize these whispers for what they are. Not the voice of truth, but the mechanical hum of an old program trying to run on a new computer. You have updated your operating system. The old software no longer applies. When you feel that urge to shrink back, I invite you to physically stretch your arms wide, take up space, and declare to your nervous system, it is safe to be successful. It is safe to be happy. And if you are committed to overriding this old thermostat and locking in your new temperature of abundance, take a moment to like this video. It is a small digital action, but it serves as a vote for your new reality. It signals to your own mind that you are engaging with expansion, not contraction. We must also speak of the environment you are returning to. As you change, the world around you may not change immediately. You are returning to the same house, the same job, perhaps the same family dynamics, but you are returning as a different person. This creates friction. You may find that people who once comforted you in your misery are now uncomfortable with your victory. This is a painful but necessary part of the path. It is the crab in the bucket mentality. When one crab tries to climb out, the others will pull it back down, not out of malice, but out of a collective instinct to keep the group together. Do not judge them. They are merely asleep while you are waking up. Your best response is not to argue your new truth, but to live it. Be the example, not the preacher. Let your results do the talking. There is a profound concept in physics called entrainment. When two vibrating bodies are near each other, they will eventually sync up. The stronger vibration will always dominate the weaker one. Until now, you may have been entrained to the low frequency of your surroundings. Now you must become the dominant vibration. You must be the tuning fork that sets the tone for the room. This requires valid boundaries. You cannot afford to spend hours listening to gossip or complaints about the economy. You must guard your ear gates and your eye gates. What you allow into your mind during this incubation period will determine the health of your harvest. If the news disturbs your peace, turn it off. If a conversation drains your energy, politely excuse yourself. You are in a spiritual recovery room. You need sterile conditions to heal fully. Consider the bamboo farmer. For 5 years, he waters the ground and sees nothing. To the outsider, he looks foolish. He is pouring resources into empty dirt. But underground, a massive root system is developing, spreading wide and deep to anchor what is coming. Then, in the 5th year, the bamboo show,